Hello and welcome to our vlog. I'm Ewan Calder and this is Northern Recycling Solutions.
4, 3, 2, 1!
We're a family business providing waste services in the Highlands of Scotland. We started about 18 years ago doing confidential waste services. Since then we've progressed to doing hook skips, chain lift skips, wheelie bins and a whole wide range of waste services. We've got a busy yard with lots going on. We thought you might be interested. We've got heavy goods vehicles, mobile plant, fixed plant, construction projects, a myriad of waste types coming in and almost 40 people involved daily making it all happen, with our fair share of colourful characters. Each month we're going to cover the various parts of the business and share with you what life is really like working in the waste industry. We're going to introduce you to the people involved, have a look at various waste coming in, we're going to check out the lorries and we're going to check in on the latest developments in the yard. Today is an exciting day at Northern Recycling Solutions. We're receiving our brand new automatic wire tie baler. So right now we're just waiting on the lorry to arrive. The crane is setting up behind us. The plan is to connect up, lift the baler slightly and the lorry will pull forward out the way and then we'll lower the baler down. It's the safest way to deal with it. So what will happen then is we're going to put the baler onto roller skates. So why are we doing that, you might ask? Well, the crane is bigger than the door and we can't lift the baler inside the building. So, I don't know about you, but I love seeing how people solve engineering problems. And these skates are a fantastic invention. Basically roller skates, but extremely heavy duty for industrial use. We'll maybe get a shot later. So we're going to lift the front of the baler onto these roller skates. The crane is going to be connected to the back of the baler and we're going to slide it into the building. And then we're going to get a second set of roller skates and push it into place. So the lorry's arrived on site with the baler on the back all the way from Germany and is currently reversing in. We should be in place in about 5 minutes. So what he's going to do is he's going to come past us here right on top of where we're standing right now, reverse in, and the crane's sitting behind us. We're going to park up beside the crane, we're going to open the roof, connect up to the baler and lift it, and the lorry's going to drive out, which hopefully he'll find an easier process. Everyone on site is really excited about this. You know, manually tying a bale is actually quite hard work. Sorry for all the background noise. Manually tying a bale is quite hard work. You basically got to pull the wires through, and there's 4 of them. You've got to twist them together tight, and then you've got to cut them with pliers. If you're doing that 15 times a day, times 4, 60 times a day, that's a lot of hard work. This machine will do all that for us and just push the bales out already tied, and it's going to be like a revelation to the site. So this is one set of engineering skates. So you can see they're just like a roller skate, all the wheels, and they're a very narrow profile, and they're very heavy, but they roll just like a roller skate. So what we'll do is we'll have one of those under each corner of the baler, and what they do is they push it in. If they need to turn a corner, they're going to jack the baler up, twist the skate a little bit, drop it back down, and push it again, and it'll come round in a corner. So don't know if you can swing round. but we've got to get a big baler into this very narrow space here. So there's going to be quite a lot of faff, lifting, dropping as we push, and we'll just edge it in slowly. We've got all day, and we'll just chip away and make it happen. It's never going to look this clean again. Excuse the background noise, but this is the new baler, Cadent Pal Packer Mat, installed by Davy Knowles from Clydesdale Technical Services. Did a brilliant job. I don't know about you, but I admire fantastic workmanship from tradesmen, and this really impresses me, this frame. This was done by George at KGB Electrical, local to the area, and just check the workmanship on that frame and the neatness of the cables and so on. That just makes me feel happy to see that kind of work. So the baler install went in very well. We're very pleased with it. But one little minor snag we've encountered is that the conveyor doesn't quite reach the new hopper. The hopper's a bit short, resulting in paper and cans and cardboard falling down on the floor, creating extra tidying up work. So it's a minor fix. We've got an engineer planned in a couple of days' time. He's just going to make a small bridge, and that'll be it sorted, and we'll be hunky-dory. So this is a typical Wednesday for us in Warehouse 1. Massive pile of cardboard's arrived just from a compactor skip. We also get the bin lorry bringing in cardboard from cardboard rounds and the wheelie bins. It gets tipped on the floor here. Now, previously, before the new baler, this would have taken the guys' best part of the day, 3 people. We had a trial run last week. I'm delighted that it took one person about just short of 2 hours. So it's a fantastic man-hour saving from the new baler. This is the new baler in action, baling cardboard. We've got Lewis here pushing the cardboard into the sunk conveyor. It's carrying up and dropping into the new baler. Now, previously that conveyor would be stop, start, because the baler wasn't up to the speed. It wasn't a good match, but now this conveyor is running basically full time, just constantly feeding in, and it's made a huge difference to the time that we can make bales. And this is the finished result. Nice neat row of baled shredded paper. Behind that's going to be cans, and then coming next will be the cardboard we've just seen getting fed in. So done in a quarter of the time. This is our brand new resource recovery centre, and we're very proud. It's made a big difference to our business. We just finished it in November last year. It cost us £1 million, and all the waste that we gather is processed through that building, where we recover as much recyclable products as possible. Why don't we go and have a look and see how it works? This is one of the busiest parts of the yard, where we're sorting construction waste. You can see the pile there. Lewis is feeding it down a picking line. So he goes and he grabs some material, feeds it into the hopper, and it sends it down the line. All the skip waste comes in that large door there, onto the floors, tipped, and we've got a rough sort by 2 guys picking up all the larger items so that the smaller items will feed down the line. So if we leave some larger items in that pile, it can clog up the picking line, slows down the process. As I said, we're doing a pre-pick here for larger items that are going to block up the picking line. So we're collecting wood, scrap metal, cardboard, and I don't know if you can see in the back, but we've got plasterboard and plastic. For the next section, the youngest and cheekiest member of the family is going to tell you all about copper wire stripping.
So we've got this crate of copper came in from a customer this week. So Will and Kieran are just cutting it into lengths. So I'm going to show you what we do with our copper cable when it comes in. So I'll grab a bit that they've cut up and I'll just show you in there. So we've got 4 different beads of copper. So I'll just show you what that looks like once we've put it through the machine. So usually we've got a bunch of this size of length cable in here. We cut it to this size because when you feed it through the machine, sometimes the machine will get like caught, so you've got to pull it right the way through, and it's obviously easier for the guys to pull apart the casing on it when it's smaller. So I'll show you what we're doing. Depending on the size of the cable, you put it through whatever hole it will fit through. So you push that through, then it comes out like this. So you've got to put that into general waste and turn that off for now. We take off the metal shell that's around it. That'll go in metal. Then you're left with that. That'll need stripped again. So and that's us finally down to the actual copper, so that's the last casing that will come off here. So they'll go through that one, and that's the bright and shiny copper. So I'll take you to the other side and show you what bin that goes in. In this tray, we've all got these labelled so the guys know what goes in each. This one we've got dirty copper, so it's kind of a bit darker, it's not worth as much money. We've got bright and shiny in this one, so that's where that one that I've just gone will go into. And then we've got little bins like this size where it's not as common the copper that we get, but it's white copper. So that's the 3 types of copper we do here. The copper I stripped earlier, sometimes we get it in our resource recovery shed. So it'll go, the guys will pick the copper cable from the ground and they'll put them into different skips. So we've got these ones here, one's for household and one's for armoured. Usually when it's copper, because it's quite valuable, they just bring it straight down. So I'll show you where the guys usually put them. The guys will pick out the good stuff and the big stuff from the ground, which Pav will put on the floor, and then they'll put them into that baskets that you see. Another way we get copper is when we just give out skips to customers and we'll pay them for whatever they give us. And you'll see that pallet box that we had as well. We sometimes give out them just because they're a bit more manageable in size for customers.
Today you'll notice I've got my hard hat on. That's because I've been out helping the lads in the yard. We're building a Lego block structure. Previously this area was dead space in the yard, a bit of a wasteland. Come and see what we've done. Today we're continuing building our new Lego block structure. This is going to be used for storing dry mix recyclable waste, plasterboard, and inside in a covered area with a zap shelter. And on the outside we're going to have some extra storage bays to keep the waste controlled and tidy on site. So we thought you might be interested to see how we're doing this, a couple of techniques, the tools we're using, and so on. So let's nip over and start lifting some blocks into place. So this is a Lego block, a 1600, one of the largest size that we can get locally, and this is a cup lift. So there's 2 nail heads in these weighted for a couple of ton each. When we put these cups in there, turn them over, and that is it, locked into place, safe to lift. So when they're down, I can signal to Jamie in the machine to lift them with the chains, and we'll start putting them into place. So we're lifting the Legio block into place. Jamie's swinging it round in our trusty old JCB 130. Adam's waiting to square the block up for us. The blocks never fit perfectly into place on the first setting. There's little nibs and there's gaps underneath for the blocks to line up, but they need a wee bit of encouragement because we're neat freaks and we like them in a very straight line. So the first task Jamie's doing is he's toeing the block so it's tight up against the existing block. And then we do a visual alignment check here, which Adam's doing. Maybe this way a little, Adam. Which is obviously a matter of opinion. So we're going to give this block a push. We like to get the blocks perfectly aligned, and as I said earlier, they don't quite sit right every time. So we're leaving a chain on the front here. And we're just giving it a gentle toe to the side to square it up. So that you'll notice we've got some of these heavy duty beams bolted into the ground. I don't know if that's a technique others use, but it's something we've found really useful. We've set our string lines, we've drilled holes, and we've bolted these heavy beams to the ground. They're about 2 inches thick, but maybe 4 inches wide. And what we're using is them as a guide for placing the blocks in a nice straight line. So if your cameraman could come this way a wee bit, you'll notice that the blocks are nice and firmly up against that. And when we place the next one, that's what we're looking to do. So you'll see that's what we're aiming at, is a nice straight line. That's us with the Legio blocks, well, me anyway. Hopefully next time you see it, all these bays are going to be extended out, the walls are going to be fully in place, and it'll be ready to put in use. Last time we were kind of 3/4 of the way of building the Legio bricks. We've now got most of them in place, as you can see, and we've started putting the metal frames up on the roof. So it's, depending on whether you like IKEA or Meccano, it's basically building a kit, which has been great fun actually. At the moment, we're just about to lift this frame into place. We're strapping it up to the excavator. And we've got Kieran in position on a scissors lift at the far side, and Jamie will soon go in the scissors lift on the inside. And basically the ends of these frames have to be located in the spigots. See that little metal upright beside Kieran there to hold the frame in place, and then we put the bracing bars in. One of the challenges when putting this up is we've got to set the spigots on each side, and there's a curve in the frame. So the spigot is slightly not running true with the frame until it's in the home position. So you'll have seen Jamie battering it with a hammer and giving it a shoogie, and that technique has worked for all the other ones, bar the one we're filming today. He's going to have another go. I think he's just take a wee break because it's sapping his strength, and the bar's safe in position. We just need to get 2 men on the job at the challenging end. So it's easy to get it in the far end first. There's no resistance, but when you're bending the frame and trying to line it up with a spigot, that's the trick. So a bit of perseverance and we'll get it sorted. Well, that's us come to the end of the first episode. Hope you've enjoyed it, found it interesting. Next time we're going to introduce you to some more of the people. We're going to do a bit more on waste, and we'll follow up on some of the building projects. So if you enjoyed it and you want to join us, click below and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.